Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I want to do a, recap of just the Texans season. The Houston Texans, they lost to Baltimore Ravens 34-10. It's a game that, even though you lose a game and that was a game that it was okay to lose because no one ever expected us to get this far. It still stings a little bit. You obviously want to put on a good show. I don't think the Texans put on a very good show in this game. Baltimore does that to a lot of teams, but I just think that we played undisciplined. Our offensive line didn't do a really good job. Lamar Jackson went off in the second half, and yeah, it was altogether. It was something where this was expected to an extent because it's the Baltimore Ravens. They blew out the 49ers. They blew out Detroit. But you wanted the Texans to come and be a little more prepared. You wanted, Bobby Slowik, his offensive. Everybody's trying to get Bobby Slowik to be a head coach. And I don't know if he was fully, were you fully in it? I don't know. With the, interviewing before the season ends, when they do that with head coaches, I always think that's foolish because, you need to focus on the game. You don't need to focus on these interviews with these stupid teams, So regardless of everything, it still sucks you lose the game. But the Houston Texans had a hell of a season. They won 10 games, won the division, won a playoff game. I never would have thought that would ever existed if you told me that many months ago, right? I would never thought that. The NFL thought we was going to be the worst team in the league, or ESPN or Vegas, whoever. They thought that we was going to give Arizona a very high draft pick because we were going to be so bad. Trading our pick to Arizona rather than Cleveland's pick worked out well because Cleveland has a higher pick. The Baltimore Ravens, man, they're a really good football team, best football team in the league. Honestly, one of the best football teams I've seen. They're stacked all across the board. Lamar Jackson's the MVP. He's playing good ball, and this is the year better than any to win that Super Bowl. So and CJ and the team, there's another year where you can see what you have to work on. The team, there's some holes in certain areas. I think the secondary, Jalen Petrie regressed a little, so I think you should add some depth as the safety position. Jimmy Ward's very injury prone, so you can't really rely on that too much. I think getting another receiver, doesn't have to be some super duper star, but like T. Higgins type player at receiver, just to get more depth. When Tank Dell went down, John Mechie and Xavier Hutchinson, those guys with the second and third, and Robert Woods, you need to beef up the receiver position. So getting a guy in free agency is really good for that. And the run game, man, we got to really, in a 49ers offense like this, the run game is very critical. And Devin Singletary has been playing some good ball throughout the weeks, but he didn't play well in this game. And I think, Bobby Slowik loved him to run game. Many weeks in this season, I was like, dang, Bobby, you keep running the ball. And I know you have to run the ball to set up the pass in this system, but man, it's not working. This run stuff ain't working, bro. So, making sure the run game works, maybe getting another running back. I don't know if you re-signed Devin Singletary. Honestly, running back's a pretty flexible position. You probably can get someone else, but, there's a lot to look for. A lot of improvements, but, trying to improve the running game, secondary, receivers, defensive line. But you have a lot of cap space, and you have a first round pick, and you have a draft. You have the draft to do it, and you had a hell of a draft in the last draft. So we got to do it again. We got to do another one. I think one more good draft. You got a really hard schedule coming up. So you really have to prove to the world that you for real. So DeMeco Ryans, anything you have to work on as a coach, go and do it. CJ Stroud, wherever you have to work on, go and do it. Bobby Slowik, I don't know if people are going to run and come and get you after the game we played today. I don't know do people just want to come and snatch you away? Is there even a good situation for you to go? Would you go to Carolina with no first round pick? Just stay in Houston. Let's develop this offense a little longer, man. Let's get another year. Try to develop what we can develop, and hopefully next year. I'm not even saying we're gonna win a Super Bowl next year. I'm just saying, man, let's get to be competitive. Try to win the division again. Maybe try to compete for the conference championship. Expectations are high now. We can't say we suck. We 9 to 12 wins next year. That's the expectation. So I'm ready for the offseason, ready for the draft. And hey, let's see what happens. But hey, thank you, Texans, for giving me one of the best seasons I've ever had. So you have to commend you for that. And for all the Houston Texan fans, don't pout too long. You've faced a hell of a team and lost. Let's see what we can do next year. But for more content like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to follow the Texans draft the whole way there. I'm following their draft. I'm going to give you updates on all this stuff, free agency and in the draft. So, be sure to make sure to follow if you're a Texan fan. And comment down below what you think about this Texan season and if it's the greatest Texan season of all time. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. And I'm out of here. Peace.